In Chapter 10, we are going to be talking about matrices. Matrices have tons of really cool applications. They make solving systems of equations really easily, especially when you get three or more variables. So today we need to start out with a lot of vocabulary, to be honest. So a matrix is a rectangular array of numbers. Okay, that is the definition of it. We talk about rows. Rows go this way. And then we talk about columns and they go this way. Okay, so one of the most important things that we're going to talk about with matrices, especially as we get into multiplying them, is the order. The order is the dimension or the size of a matrix, and it is the rows by columns. Okay, so we might say it's a 3x2 matrix. Okay, so it has 3 rows and 2 columns, or maybe it's a 5x5 matrix, 5 rows and 5 columns. So that's going to be really, really important. It's always rows and columns, okay, RC. Any individual point, any individual number in our matrix is going to be an entry. And so we talk about that entry as 2, 3. That means it's row 2, column 3, so it gives its location. And then the main diagonal is from top left to bottom right is what we call the main diagonal. Okay, so that's just some basic vocabulary. But like I said, the most important one that we're going to be dealing with is that order, rows and columns. All right, so next is something that we're going to work on called a coefficient matrix. And we're going to use this when we solve systems of equations. So the coefficient matrix is just all the coefficients. So in this first equation, our coefficients are 1, -4, and 3. In our second equation, the coefficients are -1, 3, and -1. And then the third equation, it is 2, 0, and -4. So it's just a way of writing the system of equations without the variables. Then the augmented matrix is we take the same thing. We take our coefficient matrix. So these are exactly the same numbers. And then we add on, we often do a little dotted line to show the difference. And then we add on the solutions here, 5, -3, and 6. Okay, so in a little bit, we're going to be solving the equation by doing something with that augmented matrix. All right, so we want to find out the order of these three. Like I said, when we go to multiply matrices, it's really important that we know the order of them. So remember, order is always row by columns. So this matrix has 2 rows and 3 columns. So we call this a 2x3 matrix. You do not multiply those numbers, it's just 2x3. This has 1 row and 3 columns. So this is a 1x3 matrix. And this last one has 4 rows and 4 columns. If it's a matrix that has the same number of rows and columns, we call it a square matrix. And then if we want to write the augmented matrix for this system, we start with the coefficients. So 1, 1, 1, 2, -1, 3, -1, 2, and -1. Then we put this little dotted line in and we put what's on the other side, the equal sign, 2, -1, and 4. Okay, and that is the augmented matrix.